I know we're like this close to having parents wreaking. In my mind, how communities thrive is through intergenerational relationships. So I and the older queer folks are mentoring these young adults. Have you talked to your kids about puberty? Have you considered blockers?
How critical is it, do you think,
Critical.
to get them when they're young?
Critical. We used to meet at the church because it was free, and kids would say they're going to youth group. We moved to the library because kids said they were meeting their friends at the library. So it's not lying, but it's not fully the truth. When they know that their queer kid is coming to me for support, they're going to be upset. It's when you are purposely misgendering them, when you are purposely not using their name.
How do you handle that?
I call CPS.
But that's your standard protocol.
If we want these kids to thrive and survive, we must get to their parents first.
Meet Reverend Casey Tinnen of Loomis Basin Congregational Church in Loomis, California. Casey is also the founder of The Landing Spot, a nonprofit community center meant to create, quote, a safe, supportive, and empowering space for LGBTQIA plus youth and their families. A Project Veritas undercover journalist met with Tinnen, who went on to describe his nonprofit's involvement within local schools and how he creates curriculum that will, quote, freak out parents.
So I have created like curriculum because I'm waiting. I know we're like this close to having parents wreaking.
Why?
And so, why?
Like in a good way or bad way?
No. When they know that their queer kid is coming to me for support, they're going to be upset.
Why?
Because a lot of, for example, at Granite Bay High School, I went to their GSA and there were 50 kids in that GSA, 50. Half of them are Mormon. Those parents don't want me encouraging this lifestyle, right? Like, that's the thing.
Right.
Like, you are, there's pastors in this community that say that I'm brainwashing their kids, I'm grooming them. Awful. So
now, those kids, what sort of step? I mean, do you have to take steps to make sure they don't find out?
What happens is they are referred to the Landing Spot meeting by the Wellness Center. The Wellness Center is not required to tell the parents, at least from what I understand, anything, because it is therapy. Most of the high schools now have wellness centers, which is something none of us have, which is like legit counseling at school. Like, it's not like going to your counselor. They are therapists, and they have like an entire room set up with like couches and fidget toys and cool things on the TV, chill music, and there's always therapists. There's like 3 or 4 therapists that share a space, and they can refer kids to peer support groups and stuff like that.
You said you guys are in 10 high schools?
Now,
which high schools are these?
Roseville, Granite Bay, Oakmont, Wood Street, Del Oro, Lincoln, Adelante, which is a continuation school, West Park, which is the new high school out there, which is gorgeous, and then the continuation school in Lincoln, sort of, and then there's one other one.
We looked into the Landing Spot, and for having programs integrated into so many schools, their website lacks any information about their mission, vision, and activities, instead taken up by blank website template text blocks.
So when the landing spots are in the school, is it like a room that anybody can go to?
No, it's a wellness center, and they lock it because they don't want kids just coming through and outing other kids. So.
And this is during school hours?
Our undercover journalist visited Roseville High School's Wellness Center to corroborate Casey's claims.
So we have a landing spot group. Unfortunately, some things with our district right now have paused them coming on campus.
Okay.
But we plan to continue having that space.
You don't have to tell the parents, right?
No.
If they're, okay.
No. That's a protection thing in California. We have some parents that are really upset about that.
We used to meet at the church because it was free, and kids would say they're going to youth group. Right?
Smart.
We moved to the library because kids said they were meeting their friends at the library. So it's not lying, but it's not fully the truth, right? But it keeps them safe. That's all I care about. In my mind, how communities thrive is through intergenerational relationships. So I and the older queer folks are mentoring these young adults. So like tiers of mentorship. So if the college age kids, which they are running my monthly meetings now, like excellent. I literally have not been to one in 2 months.
Wow.
Because they are killing it. I mean, we have adults, you know.
These are the landing spot meetings?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then if we get the high schoolers offering play dates where they're just holding a space for kids under 12 or under 13 and sort of like just creating fun stuff for them to do while parents can process, that would be the easiest low-hanging fruit.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And how